Hey there friends, my name is... Здрасте. So, Rimworld. It is a sci-fi colony simulator driven by an intelligent AI storyteller. It is inspired by such things as Dwarf Fortress, Firefly, my favorite series about literal cowboys in space, and Dune. It's also a sandbox, a game genre that doesn't come with a story or a goal to fulfill, just like our favorite torture generator, The Sims. Instead, we create our own story with the help of the not-so-helpful AI narrator. And it begins with a crash landing on a distant planet, and with a lot of reading. Crash landing. The three of you awake in your cryptosleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and rippling metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on this unknown Rimworld. So we don't create these characters. We're going to pick them from a team that is crash landing, and then we'll be separated from the 5 of them. Let's look at our colonists. Okay, we have 8 people. I haven't seen them before, so I can't tell you much. But I think the people that we most need are going to be plant specialist, a doctor, and like probably at least one person who's good at building and science. Well, ideally also someone who's good with animals, but let's see what we have. So these are pre-selected, but we can change them at all times. There is a woman named Latch. She is good at fighting, working with animals, crafting. So she's not good at construction. And she's a pyromaniac. I hate this shit. Let's look at other people. Nikolai is related to Latch. I don't know how. Oh, she's his daughter. She is 5 years younger than him. You say in Rimworld, age truly is just a number, and that number is really random, and I've seen people who were younger than their children. So let's just not look at their ages right now. He's good with plants. He's fire with plants. He's also an artist, a fighter. He's kind. That's good. But he's also a bit too interested in drugs. Greyhound is 15. Looking fresh, my boy. He is very artistic, and he sucks at everything else, including his skincare routine. Mayo! Why the hell is this woman named Mayo? She is 15. She is very neurotic but optimistic. She's a great builder. She is great craft. She can do a lot of things. You see, these little fires mean that she can learn these things faster. She also has an artery blockage because I guess she's old. That is fixable. She's a good candidate. Zoya Herman isn't capable of violence, which is not bad. She is a fire doctor. She's also a tortured artist and a night owl. I like all these qualities. I think I'm going to put her here just to wait. Miasha. Oh my god. She has great memory. She is very intellectual, good with people, good with animals, can't grow shit. But I mean, she's a good candidate because of animals and medical and social, and she can shoot sometimes, and she's super immune, which means she's not going to die every 5 seconds. A good one. Alisa. Kind and ugly. That is going to be a problem. Colonists hate ugly people. They are so superficial. She is a warrior with a bad back. And she's a great builder, and she's not really good with other things, but she already can grow good plants. And Debbie, botanist. My god, Debbie is fire. She's a fast walker, quick sleeper, undergrounder. She's incapable of cooking, crafting, and dumb labor because she's too good for that, which means she's not going to carry anything heavy. I like her. I think she's a good person to start a colony with. So I definitely am going to take Zoya. I am not a fan of Nikolai. This Mayo woman is fire with a lot of things. I think I'm going to take the Mayo woman and then change her name to something more humane than Mayo. Her name is Genevieve. Why did they call her... Oh, but that's because her last name is Mayo. Who has a last name Mayo? Okay, so I have to choose the last person. Well, the botanist Debbie is great. So they're all going to be women. We are not upset by this. It's that much of a visual game and more of a storytelling game. This is our storyteller. We have a choice of 3 of them. They are connected with the difficulty level. I have only played with this beautiful and very sane lady. There is also this cute girl. I like her. I don't like the boobs. That must be very uncomfortable. I've actually heard a lot of fun stuff about this person, Randy Random. And by fun stuff, I mean he's a disaster. Randy doesn't follow any rules. He will generate random events, and he doesn't care if they make a story of triumph or utter hopelessness. And it's all drama to him. I am scared. Yeah, I think it's fair to jump from the easiest to the most difficult narrator. So basically this picture represents the AI that we are going to have to deal with, that is going to generate events that we are going to have to deal with. So this is our team. Let's wave goodbye to these poor feckers and crash land on our first planet. Stop. So, these are my people. Let's look at the place we have landed in. Oh my god, what an absolute ass. Okay, we can work with that. Speaking of sandbox. Speaking of sandbox, am I right? Let's set our goals. So, we have crash landed. My goal is going to be to leave this world as soon as possible, which is not very soon, by the way, because we need a lot of resources and technology to start travel, you know? But I also want an additional goal of finding, if possible, as many of the people from my ship before, joining with them and taking them with me. I want to take back home as many people as I can from the original crew. But right now we have crash landed. We have nothing, absolutely nothing. We have, well, some stuff have fallen from the sky with us. And our first task is going to be to find a place and make it survivable. And in the following times, the thing that is going to concern us most is going to be food and how to make it non-stop. Speaking of food, show me the fertile land. There is not so little fertile land. See the green places? They are fertile. And let's decide who's going to have what. Debbie is good with melee. Mayo is good. I guess Mayo can hold a gun. Would be more accurate. And Zoya cannot do jack shit. So I guess Mayo equip a rifle, Debbie equip a knife, and Zoya equip some armor. Zoya is the doctor, so I want her to equip 3 pieces of medicine so she can carry it with her all the time. Oh my god! What? Maya started a social fight with Zoya over what? You have just... My... Jesus! Stop it! She's throwing up! She's our only doctor! Mayo, what the... Medical... Oh my god! Mayo is the only person who has medical and she's in one of... Like, well, tend her! Like, now! Oh my god, what has happened? We have this tab that shows their social interactions, and Zoya compared Mayo's father to a buffalo. This drove Mayo to a rage and she began a fight. Girls, we have more pressing issues at hand right now. Please stop. Zoya cannot walk. No shit. So, we are going to need a campfire for warmth, I guess, and also a place to sleep. Let's assign us 3 sleeping spots. I guess one of them is going to have to be a medical bed, because someone cannot handle being her father being compared to an animal. Rescue her. Jesus. Yep, we have a fire. Now we can cook on it. So, how it works. Most places that can produce anything like food, for example, so a stove produces food in this game, we have to add bills. I have no idea why, but if I forget to add bill, no one is going to cook anything on this bonfire. So I'm going to cook a simple meal and do until you have... I think 10 is going to be good to begin with. So in this game, we have a lot of mechanics, because it is a proper sandbox where you can get lost for hours and hours of your life, and to lose all these hours, you need something to do, so we have a lot of different mechanics. For now, let's look up at our poor feckers. These are our poor feckers' work schedule. Hunt. So no one is going to hunt. Let's be clear, because I have made all my characters vegetarians, which is going to be both more complicated and less complicated than if we were hunters and ate meat. By the way, yeah, our food that we have for now is vegetarian. Good to hear. Oh, also, every new team of Crashlanders is awarded with a nice animal, and our is an iguana. I don't know how to pronounce this in English, but she's an iguana, and his name is Ulysses. I guess it's nice and ironic. Next thing that we can do for our people is set their daily schedule. So one of them, I think Zoya, let me see, is a night owl. Yes, Zoya is a night owl, which means she feels better at night. So Zoya is not going to sleep at the same time as everyone else. Zoya is going to sleep earlier. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 proper hours in a day. They also feel generally better if they meditate at least an hour a day, and they feel nice when they have recreation time. Let's set their recreation time from 13 to 15 p.m. But to have recreation, they need to have recreation. So we are going to stick a stick in the sand, and it's going to be our source of fun, endless source of fun. Well, first things first is food, as I have told you. I think this place is nice for our first little garden, before I decide where we're going to build our houses, which we are going to do a lot of. Oh my god, we have more food here. This is good. And before we grow anything ourselves, we have to harvest stuff that grows here, which is agave. We are going to eat a lot of agave. I probably that it doesn't sound like that. So, while they are asleep, I am going to give them an order to build a growing zone. So there's 3 of us, so let's have a growing zone 3 by 3, just to have some extra of potatoes. And potatoes are nasty things, because they take like 6 days to grow. So each day we're going to plant another potato square, so we can have a potato every day. I'm also going to plant rice. Why not? Because rice takes less time to grow. And I think strawberry, just because it's fun, you know, to have berries sometimes. This is our first little food garden. Zoya, my girl, what are you doing? Relaxing socially. With whom? With Ulysses or what? Okay, the other thing that's interesting is, are there animals that we can tame? And the most interesting one is a bird. We can tame an emu! And it can lay eggs! Oh my god, we need it. We need it right now. We need this animal. Emu has a 100 chance to attack. So if one of us fails to tame the emu, it's going to become upset and try to kill us. So who's going to go and tame the emu? Sounds like a horrible euphemism. My girl, it's your first time to tame the emu, if you know what I mean. Debbie, go tame the emu. It's a long way to this emu. No! Emu! No, I'm not going to kill you, emu. I'm going to cheat. Oh my god! She has tamed the emu! She has tamed the emu! The emu now is named Emu1. But this is a stupid name, so I'm going to rename her to Emily. Like Emily, but Emily. So why I want Emily so much? Because Emily can lay eggs, and we can eat eggs. Build. I'm not going to disturb anyone's sarcophagi. And this is a home for Emily. Good! I have not expected that I'm going to have an animal so soon in the game. I've decided that these are going to be my first rooms. Places where I will put my normal beds that I'm going to make out of wood. So it's time to find wood. But these constructions are going to be ugly, and I'm not going to keep them here for a long time, because there is no place for a kitchen, and also it will be uncomfortable. Also, it's not going to be very comfortable to electrify. I think I don't mean murder. I mean laying cables. That's what I mean. It's a bedroom. They have stats. For now, we have 3 awful, impoverished, rather tight, ugly, and dirty bedrooms. Well, good luck cleaning sand, I guess. So now we need a place for a research bench is a very important thing for us. It's going to do a lot of good. Research bench opens a tree of technology that is so large, which starts at tree sewing and making bows and making drugs and making beer, and ends at starflight centers. And besides, all these things are going to make our lives generally much more comfortable. For now, the most interesting thing for us is electricity. I don't know, why did I make tree sewing? I want beer brewing, honestly. Research beer brewing. And we are going to sow some hopes, some high hopes, to brew that good beer. Since it looks like you'll be here for a while, Zoe thinks that you should give your faction a name. What should your faction be called? That Yobo? Well, I like that Yobo, but maybe we should spice it up a little bit. We are now the Yobo people from Los Yebenes. It's a Russian joke. We are also going to need a place to keep food because we live in a hot area there. It's 30 degrees outside and our food is going to go bad very fast if we don't keep it in a cooler. So I'm going to give them an order to mine here. Haha, mind your old business. And that's going to be a freezer inside a rock. Well, for this freezer to go and be going, we are going to need a stone cutter's table. Oh, that's marble! Our first temporary freezer is going to be made of marble! So Debbie is going to be our head scientist for now. Zoya is into cooking. Oh, look at that! We have drugs! Make us some blocks. And while she's making blocks, let's make blueprints. Let's make blueprints for my speech impediment. Also, it doesn't depend on the language I'm speaking. I'm just limited that way. So that is going to be our beautiful, beautiful freezer. We can even make a passive cooler for it. Oh no, psychic drone! Every female colonist feels a wave of anxiety and anger. I know that feeling. Some distant engine of hatred is steering its projected psychic drone onto the site through all the orbital amplifier, tuned to only affect females. For a few days, some people's mood will be quite low and a bit worse. The drone level is low, which means it's not very strong, but also our mood is going to be bad. Oh, okay, that is a good time to look at our colonists' needs. So these are our colonists' need board. Each of them has this thing. So they have mood, the level of food, they have the level of rest, of recreation, of beauty, they like to be in beautiful places, of comfort, of being indoors, which they don't have enough of, honestly. And some of them have their own special tabs. We don't have drug addicts, but drug addicts have special tabs. And here we have a list of the things that make them happy or unhappy. For example, Debbie has low expectations, so she's 30 happy, but because of the fucking drone that I've mentioned, she feels minus 12 and her mood is somewhere in the middle. She's also sweaty and slept on the ground and also spent too much time outdoors. So these are all the things that we need to keep up with to keep our colonists happy, because if their mood runs too low, they have mental breaks. And we don't like mental breaks. Some of them start fires. So we have our freezer. It's not freezing much because the cooler is not ready, but we have the freezer. So we are going to create a zone for food. And we will forbid to keep anything here except for meals and products. But our rice is almost ready, that is good, and the drone is ending. And we have almost researched beer brewing, and our hops are 16% ready, which is not a lot. Progress stopped until fertilized. Oh no, Emily needs a boyfriend! And we don't have anyone We don't... I'm sorry, Emily, but you cannot have a boyfriend for now. I'm sorry. And we cannot have eggs. So, sorry for that, I guess. Oh! The game also gives us quests from time to time. So, here we have a quest. The Ambushed Knight. Valentin Valentin, a knight of the Broken Empire, is calling from nearby. His guards were killed in an ambush. He escaped, but is now being followed by a man-hunting snow hare. Oh my god, man-hunting animals are insane. Valentin wants you to keep him safe at Los Gibenes for a few hours until his shuttle can come pick him up. He will bestow 8 honor on whoever accepts this quest. This is enough honor to receive the royal title of yeoman and benefits and all benefits that come with it, including the first level of psychic powers. So yes, in this game we can get psychic powers. For that we need titles from the Broken Imperium, and psychic powers sound very useful, so I'm going to accept this quest and fight a man-hunting rabbit for a title of yeoman. He is wearing a full crown. Where is the rabbit? I'm scared. Okay, at least it's one of them. They are horrible when they come in multitudes. Go and fight the rabbit. Sorry, bro. Oh, they are giving us powers! Powers! I want powers! Unimpressive ceremony, but it doesn't matter because Mayo now has an ability to recruit people using her psychic powers. It's not much, but it's good to begin with. So I think it's good time to end the first episode of Rimworld. What are you doing? Please stop cooking food! My god, go! Why did you cook meat? My god, we'll have to sell it to someone now. But I think it's good time to end the first adventure in Rimworld. Our colony has begun. Obviously, that's the best that we can say. Our colony has begun existing. But we have our egg-laying animal tamed. We have the first person with psychic powers. We have homes. We have beds for everyone. We have stone cutting. We have research bench. The bare beginnings of a good life. And in the next episode, we are going to make it better somehow. I also think I have to apologize for my English. I haven't spoken it properly for a year. Yes, I think very correct estimation. But these episodes will give me an opportunity to practice, and I think the more and more I make, the better and more clear my speech is going to be. That's the other reason why I'm excited. So stay tuned for the next episode. I think it's going to come out very soon because I already have ideas. So, bye bye.